Welcome, I'm Sandy of Lolly and Sand, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, Ontario, Canada to be more precise. I think what we'll do is, let's get started. We're doing a sneak peek tonight, and this is Nature's Print. I don't know if I can keep the glare off that or not. It's hard to do. We'll talk about this in just a moment. I just want to, before I forget, do the draw from last week. All right, so the cards from last week. So as you may have remembered, last week was a bit of a interesting video where, you know, if it's going to go wrong, a whole bunch of things are going to go wrong, and a whole bunch of things went wrong. But I did fix the card, and I didn't change this part, but I did redo the base of the card since I kind of messed it up a wee bit. So the winner of the card has the choice. They can get this one. They're not quite identical. I'm just getting the pieces back in. It's a pretty snug fit there, of this one or this card. Again, they're the same. They have the same sentiment, same on the inside. It's just a matter of what color the person likes. So the winner of the card is Sheila V. So Sheila, get in contact with me and let me know if you want the blue card. We'll call it this way, the blue card or the red card. How does that sound? Alrighty. Okay. It's really, it was a really cute card. And when I fixed it, it just came together like it should, not the way it did. Anyway, let's say some hellos. Hey, Julie and Bea and Sonia and Elsie, and I think I missed some names because you only get like this much screen, you know, and then boop, off they go. Thank you so much for sharing the video already. So this week, yes, to win one of the cards from this week, we're back to shares, so that would be wonderful. And when you share, remember to go into the comments and say shared. Easy peasy. Alrighty. Oh, one other thing before I forget. Now, as you probably know, I'm doing an event called the Happiness Abounds Stamp Camp. It is until June, but because the new catalog doesn't come out till May the 3rd, it has to do with ordering and how long everything takes. So, last day to register for that is May the 5th, but we've made a little addition to it. So, you'll receive a $10 gift certificate, voucher, whatever you want to call it, for when you have a friend register. So you'll be registered, and then you go like, hey, friend, you know, you should come to this too. And the person's new to me. Like, they've never ordered from me. And, yeah, you get a $10 gift certificate. So, yay! How does that sound? Woo! I think that's awesome, especially with the new catalog coming around. That'll help, you know, go into it. Anyway, I say we get started. So let's start with Nature's Prints. I just have to look up. Oh, hello, Gail. Okay. See if we can keep the glare off. I don't think I can because, again, 3 cameras. Okay, so first with the Nature's Prints. So here's a question I have for you. When you look at this set with the pictures that are on here, we have a fern, we'll call that greenery. We'll call this greenery. That's a flower. This is a really cool blob. I like blobs. Do you see this as gender specific? Do you see this as like for masculine cards or for feminine cards or for both? Okay, so just let me know what you think. I know what I think. All right, so let's talk about this a little bit more. I forget, is this distinctive? Oh, rats. I forgot to look that up. By the looks of this, it looks it, but I don't think it is actually. Somebody on here, demonstrator on here, can tell me if I'm wrong. So what we have here is, You're on My Mind. Hello there. A heartfelt thank you. Best wishes and happy thoughts. Now, let's say you wanted to just say thank you. Then you're just going to tape up this part, or you can use a Stampin' marker and just put thank you. So I like things like that. I do like things like that. So I'll tell you, when I first looked at the set, I only saw female cards. So of course the first thing we're going to do is a masculine card. because then I thought, well, that's silly, Sandy. That is so silly, because there has to be more use. You know, I want more bang for my buck, basically. So anyway, let's look at the dies that are part of the bundle. You can buy this separately, but the dies kind of come in handy, you know, when you're die cutting. So what you get is, oh, and I'll show you this piece when we do that card. So this will cut out this. You've got your fern. You've got this big piece. You have the flower. And then you have some little greenery pieces, which are cool. You get 3 of these. Excellent, excellent idea. And, oh, it is distinctive. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I know my catalog is right here, but I thought it'd be kind of rude to flip through it when I can't, you know, open up the catalog yet. And then this makes this really cool, I don't know what you call it, greenery kind of wreath, but it's off center, so that's cool. And in case you're wondering, what is the mess here? I don't know if you can see this. These are pencil marks, by the way, that tell me roughly where to put them back. Because, of course, the first thing I did was take them off and try them. And then I'm like, where do they go? So I got them back on, and I know it's very faint, but I know that this goes here. Oh, I forgot to say, there's a sentiment die as well. I haven't taken this one off clearly. There we go. Come to Sandy. And, of course, it's not on my magnetic sheet yet. So here we go. Now I have it upside down just so you can see. It fits. It fits. It fits. This, you may want to put a little something at the end unless you really like extra space. But this is cool. I like this shape. I really do. I think that's cool. And it looks like it's going to have an extra little line. We'll probably make a like an embossed edge on it. So anyway, I've outlined all these really roughly so they go back on. Sometimes I can't figure it out and I give up. I do. Anyway, so there's our nature's prints. I don't want to put the dies too far away. I should take off the dies that I'm using. That would probably be a good idea. Actually, and I've done some of the die cutting already, just to keep things moving. Anyway, there's a set, and it is red rubber, so you will not need the cushiness underneath. Let's get started. Okay, so for my masculine card, I really struggle with masculine cards. I really do. I chose for this one Mossy Meadow. I'm trying to think. What my original one was done in Evening Evergreen. Now this, I will show you these dies because this is new. This is square, clearly. And these are cool. This was at the top of my list. Top of my list. Alrighty, and these are the Stylish Shapes dies. So not only do we have a whole set of circles, and they have the stitching. I think you can see that on there, hopefully. Wait, I moved my card out of the way. Don't want to see that yet. And we have squares. I've made use, these have been in so much use. And then you've got these banners, which are awesome. Whether you decide to use the entire banner or cut the end off and just use a part of it. Also very cool. You can do it. Oops, I should do it where you can actually see it, or on this side, or just use the whole thing. You've got 4 different banners for 4 different sizes. So this might be one of those items that you overlook in the catalog because it's not part of a bundle. These are sold separately. Now, what I'm showing you tonight, you cannot purchase until May the 3rd, just so you know. But those are awesome, awesome dies. And this is one of the squares. Oh, I should tell you, I believe it's the largest. Yes, it is. All right, so, oh, I forgot my scrap paper. I do that a lot, don't I? Let me just grab a book. I only want scrap paper so I don't stamp on my desk. I'd rather like my desktop. All right, so lined paper, that'll do. Now, I hardly ever do this, but check it out. I put the sticker on this. Sometimes I find because you only get one chance at it, I don't want to take the chance that I mess it up. I started to mess it up, and then I recovered it, and I got it. Recovered and got it on there. So what I'm really hoping, because you know me, I was always taught, and the way that makes most sense to me is to stamp and then cut. So this time I've die cut, and now I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to try and get it straight. A little bit harder when you're about 6 inches away from it instead of hovering over top. So I may do a bit of hovering. This is Mossy Meadow. ink, by the way, which I just inked. Okay, and I hope I didn't make a halo. I'm going to lean in, so I'm not going to talk for a second. There we go. Oh, I hope I didn't get a halo. Ooh, oh, I just re-inked it. Alrighty, I'm going to use the other side and try that again. If this doesn't work, then I'll have to cut another one. Let me just test it. Yeah, I don't want the halo, thank you. Alright, so what I'm doing is really pressing into the ink pad, and I still don't want a halo. And again, if I mess it up, I will cut another one. Okay, just going to hold it down, but hopefully you don't get a halo. I don't usually press this hard. Yeehaw! Whew, I'm relieved. Whew. All right, and this is the fern. So I can bring this up here now that and I'm going to go all over it. 'Cause like I said, I think it was like 6 minutes before the video started, and I thought, oh, I should check this one because I haven't used it for ages. I'm just going to turn it around and make sure I have lots of coverage. It looks good. It looks shiny. And discovered that I needed to re-ink it. Seriously needed to re-ink it. So I'm going to go off the page here because there's not enough room for everything. And hold that for a second, but not get a halo. Woo! Yay! I think we've done it. Alrighty. I still have to re-ink it more. Alrighty, so then I cut the Mossy Meadow base at 4 1/4 by 11. Scored it at 5 1/2. And, oh, we're not done inking. Oh, I was so wrong. The blobs. I wanted to show you the ink blobs. And that's why my paper's still out here. Why my paper? That's why I don't remember what I was saying. Alrighty, let's hope it's dark enough. So this is Mossy Meadow on Mossy Meadow. So we're going tone on tone here. And I'm just going to change the direction of the stamp a little bit. Oh, it could be darker. Could be darker. So when I'm done this card, I do want you to tell me if you think, okay, yeah, this could be for masculine cards. Or, you're kind of pushing it, Sandy. Alrighty. So the ink blobs, I'm not going to go over the entire page. Ink blobs are going to partly be covered up. Okay, now I can close it by this. So this is Mossy Meadow as well, and this is 1 3/4 by 4 1/4. So it's going to go side to side, and you see how it's going to cover up some of that. And what else was I going to tell you? Oh, and I have embossed it using a brand new folder called Fern, the Fern 3D folder, which I could have sworn I had right here. Or I put it away because I was trying to keep everything nice and tidy. It's in the new catalog, and it is cool. So it's very deep, and you can use either side if you want the it debossed. I want the embossed side, and I'm really just going to glue that right down on top. You can use whatever adhesive you want. A strong adhesive wouldn't hurt. And I'm using more glue than I normally do because it's cardstock and not the basic white. Alrighty, I'm just going to open that up. And I'm not aiming for center, it's just going to go where it goes. If it's high, it's high, and if it's medium, it's medium. And then the thing with me when I'm doing side to side is I always like to turn the card. There we go. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way for a moment. I'm going to give that another... Yeah, if you don't want a nice crisp edge, you want to use your bone folder, for sure. Alrighty. And then I'm simply going to pop this up. There's our messy side where I didn't stamp it quite well enough. Oop, just need one more. I'm just going to go with 5 this time. I don't think we need many more. Oh, and I forgot to check to see which ones are shiny. There we go. And then, whoop, and then just put that on. I am finding, do you do this? I'm finding embellishments everywhere today. Everywhere. And I find if you have difficulties getting things even, this way and this way, use the side. I can see this little bit a whole lot better than I can judge this bit. So turn it sideways. Tip for the day, masculine card. Do you think that looks like a masculine card? I do. Here's the original. So Mossy Meadow and Evening Evergreen. That's our first card. Woohoo! That was a quick one too. So if there's something where you want to replicate a bunch, even like just like beautiful thank you cards, this is the card. We're going to move in though to the next card, and I will bring these back at the end so you can see all of them together again. Alrighty. Okay, first thoughts would be to bring out just a piece of not Whisper White, it's not Whisper White anymore, of basic white, and Starry Sky is an awesome color. Awesome, awesome, beautiful color. And I'm going to ink it up. And because of the size of the stamp, like I used, which block did I use? E. E as in Edith. Because I'm using that size of block, I definitely want to bring the ink pad to this. I want to do it this way because I'm going to be die cutting, and the paper won't go through the die cut this way. So let's just put this here. I'm seeing a dog hair. Oh, I did get my new glasses, by the way. Oh, I did. They're really strong. My driving glasses and my reading glasses, they're both really strong, so I can only wear them for X amount of time. So I thought I'm not chancing it and wearing them tonight as well. Alrighty, so check that out. Isn't that a beautiful color? It's like a purpley blue. I don't know how to describe it. It's just pretty. Okay, and then the little sentiment I'll do here because I'm die cutting a circle. That should be hopefully big enough. There we go. You notice I hold it down, and when I'm holding it down, I'm going to do it the wrong way, okay? I'm not doing this. I used to do this, going, oh, I've got to get the ink all the way around, do it. And then you end up with erg. Don't do that. Who hasn't done that, right? I think I did that so many more times than I would have ever expected. When I was, oh gosh, when I was first starting to stamp. Uh-oh, did I make it too wide? I did. Uh-oh, no problem. This is an easy fix. Oh, thank you, Gail. Gail says nice cards. So first thing I'm going to do is cut across here, but I don't want to waste this bit. Oh, I should do it where you can see it. Hopefully I didn't go too close. Okay, I'm going to go like this, go around and around and around and around, and I will do them as two separate parts because I cut the paper too wide. Alrighty, so I'm bringing back the stylus shapes, and I believe this is the one I want. Yes, I know that's upside down, just showing you. Oh, that is my bottom plate. You can tell it's my bottom plate. So that's that. And I thought the mini would be perfect so it doesn't take up too much real estate. I do have my washi tape. Post-it note, whatever works for you, use whatever works for you. And that's last week, so I mean, it doesn't go bad, right? Alrighty. And through we go. Oh. And through we go. One down, one to go. I just like, if I'm going to die cut, I want it to stay put. I don't want to have to do it over and over because it moved. Isn't that pretty? I love that. It looks like handwriting. And if it looks like handwriting and not mine, well, that's awesome. Okay, I have to tear that little bit off and put this big die. I was just thinking, could you fussy cut this? You probably could. I just don't like going into areas where it's really narrow. I would say get the dies, especially when you see the pieces that go with this already. Oops, that's not straight. Okay. I'm hoping the whole 9 yards stays straight. It should. That's pretty much where I would like that to be. I'm staggering these. Remember, if you try to line them up like we would probably be tempted to do, to line all 3 up, you're going to have a difficult time getting it to go through. So staggering them works beautifully. And there we go. Let's get that out of there. Alrighty, and we'll get the washi tape off. And it's funny, because I can use the piece again. I just store the washi tape right on the mini, and put the die into my little magnetic tray so it stays put. All right, and move a couple things. Isn't that just looks so pretty? Now, if you were so inclined, you could take a blender pen and just blend that out and move some of the color up a little higher, but I like it the way it is. I think Stampin' Up! Did a really, really excellent job with that. Alrighty, so let's bring in the pieces. Now remember that large die I showed you? Oh, I didn't poke out one of the pieces. And it's funny, when you want, you take your pick tool that you've been using all day. Maybe I put it away. That could happen. It seems unlikely though. Oh, I see it. It's way back here. I always move everything up when I do a video. All right, so I'll just poke out some of these extra pieces. Come on. I just thought this looked really cool. And I played with this, with the card, like using the full piece. Then I went, you know, it's just not the look I'm going through for this particular card. So show you what I did. Okay, first things first. The base, same as the last one, 4 1/4 by 11. Scored at 5 1/2, and if I did my job, I did not, lays flat. I find it, the basic white will lay flatter than the regular cardstock because it's thinner. All right, and then I was going to add a layer right here, and this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and just glue that right on top. So I'm going to do that now. Get rid of some of those parts. So that's the pretty flowers folder. Now this isn't new, and I'm really glad it carried forward. I did not make enough use of it over the last year of the current annual, so I thought this might be a perfect time to bring it out. And it was just delicate enough to make a pretty background. All right, I'm just using, nope, I like where it is. There we go. So if you don't have that one, look at how much texture you can see there. Like that's so pretty. Okay. Oh, look, I found the Fern folder. It was right beside me. There's the Fern folder. So it's not one of the skinny ones. It's large, and I would have to say perfect, because I see this for Christmas too, and fall cards. So kind of like almost all seasons. That makes it worthwhile. Oh, and there's Chris. Hello, Chris. I should go back just a little bit. Yep, we're good. We're good. Alrighty. Okay, so I have to bring out my little sample. One more time, I've used those, the circle dies from the, I forgot the name of them all, oh good gracious, the Stylish Shapes. This is actually part of the new DSP that coordinates with this set, and it's called Sunprints. Next week when I do my video, I'm going to show you a whole ton of products and cards that I've made using them. So this is just, I found one that had a design at the bottom, or this way, forget, but it had stuff up top. This is one side and there's the other, so it's actually the same piece of paper. And I was just going to lay these on the card. Now, when I did, I was doing this, and I was doing, come to Sandy, I was doing this, and I'm like, nope, it's not what I want for this card, not with this piece. So I'll show you what I did. Pretty simple stuff. I think I want the dark at the top, because this is lighter. Yeah. Okay, as I went, I wonder where I could break this. This looks like a good spot. Yeah, could be there. Just take another look. Oh, it could be there. Okay, I kind of like this. So, with your scissors. So this is just kind of, you could probably tear it, but I would, where was I going? I'm going to go right, I'm going to go right here. I'm just going to curve that ever so slightly. And I can use the rest of this on another card. How handy is that? And like that. And I most likely will, because there's so much of it. And just to show you, I was playing around with it a whole bunch. Here's the white one. Like, I was like, because the card originally, it's been so many different colors. You know, when you're designing, you've got so many choices and you need to decide what you like. All right. So I'm going to glue these guys down. Again, it's the same DSP. The DSP is way prettier than what you see here. Like, it's really, really pretty. I have a few that went, I mean, okay, as a demo, when we can do the pre-order, we can't order everything. Okay, we can order from a select number of things. And that's what I did. What a whole bunch of us did. And this was one of the, this suite was part of the collection. So I thought, why don't I get that, because I think it's beautiful. Just getting a different adhesive here. Give me a moment. And went from there. All right, so let me just think how we're going to do this. I'm going to have this kind of like so. Oh, you get to see, okay, I forgot to mention, this is also Starry Sky cardstock. You'll see more of that next week. And this is Parakeet Party. Look how fun that is. And look how beautiful it is up against white, because it's just so bright. Like, that is really beautiful. This is probably, no, I actually know it's not probably. This is the first time I have, in the years that I've been choosing, I've been a Stampin' Up customer and then a demonstrator. This is the first time that I was like, I am getting all 5 of those colors. I love all 5 of them. They're bright and they're beautiful. And I think the timing is perfect right after winter, you know. I'm just gluing this down. And I'm going to hold it because I really don't want it to move around. Thank you for the share, Chris. All right. So I'm not going to put this on yet, but I am going to do this. This is so I don't forget. Alrighty. So I am going to pop this up, but the first thing I'm going to do is use the Simply Elegant trim, and it exploded on me again today. I had it all put right back on and it exploded. That's why I keep the little bag that they come in. You get the silver and the gold, and I keep the bag. I have kept the bag. Alrighty, so this was an afterthought. So I actually had the entire card made, and I went, oh, no, I have to put on I have to put on a little more color, so, and a little sparkle. So I actually through the dimensionals was able to thread this, believe it or not, while it was attached to the card. I didn't even take it off the card. I always ask myself, where am I from? Where did I get that accent from? I have no idea. I heard myself talking to my grandson today going, toys, get your toys. And I'm like, that isn't me either. So, weird or what? I want that to stay put. I do not want that showing, so we're going to do a little bit of surgery here. And just hold this back. I'm hoping I'm in the center. It feels like I'm way over there. And I will see an awful lot of shadows going on here too. Okay, one more of these guys. Right in here. Notice how I'm avoiding putting it on top of the ribbon. We just do that because it doesn't stick that well. Oh goody, and I even did it the right direction. Yay me. Whew. I think this is going much better than my previous video. Very much so. Alrighty. And then I'm going to set this on but not really push it down. I can still adjust those if I choose. What I want to do is I want to put a piece under here, which is why I'm not pushing down all the way. You know, we do things in threes, so I had cut 2 different pieces trying to decide which one I was going to use. I didn't like it over here because it felt too here, and here. So I wanted to see, do I like that little piece? Do I like that? I think I like the longer piece. But I think with the first card too, I think I actually ended up chopping it a bit. Oh, I like that. Stay. Alrighty. We're not done yet, though. I just want to make sure that they actually are. Oh, they are going to stay. Now, if you want this to stay down and you've already partly attached to the card, this is one of my other tricks. And I'm sure you've done it too. Being a paper quiller, and if you're not sure what that is, look it up. It's delicate paperwork of little rolls and things that you do with paper. Oh, don't squish out. I don't think that did. And you can just stay there too. And I have a second one of these, and I use this tip for gluing. And I do it not on top of the card, I don't. I do it like this. Well, I'll usually put a little blob down, but for this, we're just going to get a teeny little bit, because I can get a teeny little bit like that. Oh, now you're staying down. Okay. But don't leave it on your take your pick tool. Okay, so I'm just temporarily taking it off with a piece of paper. Okay, we're not done. So we have our little bit of bling, but the card needs a little bit more bling. So let's move a whole bunch of stuff out of the way. Give us room to focus. Alrighty, and I want my take your pick tool back. I just think these colors are fresh. It just reminds me of, oh, everything beautiful. All right, so I opened a brand new pack of my basic, or rhinestone basic jewels. I use a lot of these. And I don't know if you do, but I do. I just find they go with almost everything. I'm going to do this maybe a little bit different than the first one. We'll see. And yeah, over here. Go wonky with it. Yeah, I'm gonna hold at that. I'll show you the original and you can tell me what you think. Alrighty, so that is card number 2. Okay, let's bring in the card. So here's the original. So with this one I had used So Saffron. And this is the one where I had to feed the twine through. And I was just thinking, maybe can I pull this one up a little bit? Oh, look, I can. Just up a little bit more, or push the other one down further, one or the other. There we go. Just to get them, I don't want them exactly the same size, but there, I like that. There we go. They just did what I like, which is turning. It's, you can tell this, I like stamps like this because one, I just saw a little fuzzy and I was cutting that off the end. One, they come together so quickly. That was quick. 3 circles, stamp, that, die cut, that, boom, done. And the fact that I do think this would be a perfect masculine card. This one, I don't know. I don't usually think of white cards as masculine. Then again, I just like cards. To me, if it's one or the other, meh, you know. There we go. So there they are. And with the shares again this week, somebody will win. Well, why don't we do 2 draws? Why don't we? We'll draw for one of these and one of these. Why not? We've got them. And I can still save one for a birthday that's coming up, so that would be perfect. And yeah, the more shares, the merrier. You know what I mean? So that's pretty well it, although there was something I wanted to say. Oh, okay. So this is kind of heartfelt. You know, as you get older, you think, oh, I want to spend more time with my family. I want to make sure I'm there when they're, you know, going out for dinner, going for a walk or whatever. So here's my thought, and I hope it doesn't upset anyone. I have been, what's the word? Searching my soul to say, what do I do? Because I want to keep bringing you videos, obviously, but I also want my time with my family. So starting next week, my videos are going to be posted on YouTube. They won't be live unless it doesn't work out, and I'll go back to, you know, but I'm going to pre-record it, post it onto YouTube, and I will post it onto Facebook as well. That allows me to do 2 or 3 videos like in an evening, and then have a bunch of days free. There's so many times when I've been visiting my son in Kitchener-Waterloo, and then said, oh, I have to go back, you know, because I have a video tonight. Now, I didn't last week. Last week, I think, was on a Wednesday. But do you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? That I just want to make sure that I have as much time as possible with my family. And still save lots of time for you as well. So, that's what I'm doing. We'll see how it goes. And let me know what you think. Like if you think, oh, that's a horrible idea, Sandy. But what I would encourage you to do is go over to my YouTube channel. Oddly enough, it's called Lolly and Sand. Very easy to find. What you do is I don't think they call it subscribe. They call it subscribe. Subscribe, and then there's a little bell that you clicked. So every time I go live or post a video, I might go live, I don't know, but I don't know. You'll be notified. So you'll be, oh, Sandy has uploaded a video. So yeah. Oh, and that's it. You're right, Julie. I'm just reading Julie's comment too about the weather is good. Yeah, especially. What if I get invited to my grandson's grandparents' pool? I'll go for an evening swim. I have no problem with that. I have no time with family is important, Liz. I agree. Yep. Family time is, yep. Okay. Thank you. Because I thought, okay, that's it. I'm done. But anyway, so that's the plan. If for any reason that changes and I don't get to, I think I will, because I've got a whole whack of cards made for the next week and so. Probably week and ongoing. Yeah, I'll be doing it that way. So thank you so much for your support. I honestly appreciate it. Thank you for your shares. Like I said, I'll be giving away 2 cards, different people. So one person will win this, one person will win this. First name that comes up will win this. Second name will win one of these 2. And I always give you a choice of which ones, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm done for this evening. And I will see you back again. Well, you'll see me. You'll see my videos next Tuesday. But in the meantime, I always post. Don't forget about my Happiness Abounds stamp camp. It is going to be so fun. The cards are absolutely brilliant. They're so beautiful. I think that's all I have to say. Have a wonderful week. I know it's not going to warm up. It's not going to be pool weather yet. But hey, we're getting closer to it. So anyway, good night. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.